is Cooper Smith, and I'm interviewing Ms. Debbie Garrett about what happened in Jonestown 40 years ago this week. On November 18th, 1978, Jonestown, Guyana was the scene of one of the most disturbing tragedies in American history. At the orchestration of cult leader Jim Jones, 909 members of the People's Temple died, all but 2 from an apparent cyanide poisoning. Jones called this a revolutionary suicide planned as a result of his fear that Congress and media were out to destroy his people. Mrs. Garrett's father was on the medivac unit sent to Jonestown to save the wounded survivors.
The first question I have to ask you is, what is your father's name?
My father is Ralph Douglas Benson, and he goes by Doug.
The next question is, what branch of military was he in? What was his rank, and how long did he serve?
My father retired as a Chief Master Sergeant in the Air Force after serving 31 years.
During his retirement and when he was ready to retire, what was his last mission, and how old were you?
At the time, I was 20 years old, and what we thought was going to be my father's retirement party weekend turned out to be his last medical evacuation mission.
Can you explain what happened in Jonestown 40 years ago this week?
California Congressman Ryan and one of his aides, Jackie Spear, were on a fact-finding mission in Jonestown, Guyana, as it related to the residents of their state of California. And while they were there, they were ambushed, and as a result, my father's unit was called in to bring back the survivors of Congressman Ryan's crew.
The day that your dad flew into Jonestown, did he know what he was going to do, and was he prepared for what he saw?
They knew that they were on a recovery mission, and they were to bring back the wounded. I don't think that anyone could ever be prepared for what they saw. It was his mission to bring back the wounded and make sure that they received medical treatment.
About how many people did he rescue, and whenever he rescued them, did he help them and stay there, or did he fly a plane back to help them?
His unit treated 12 individuals that survived the ambush. Now, there were some reporters and some newsmen that stayed behind. Their wounds were treated, and they stayed to cover the story there in Jonestown. But there were 6 that were loaded onto the C-131 with my father that had to be treated and brought back to the hospital in the States.
Does he keep in touch with anyone he rescued?
On a couple of occasions, he has talked with Jackie Spear. At the time, she was an aide, a congressional aide to Congressman Ryan. She is currently a congresswoman for the 14th District in California. They have had phone conversations, and he did receive a letter from her immediately following the attack, and just a letter of thank you. And they have done a couple of phone interviews.
Is your dad aware of the difference he made in the world?
I think if you ask my father, he doesn't see that he has made a difference in the world and does not consider himself to be a hero, as I do. If you ask my father, he would say that he was just doing his job.
Thank you for your time, Ms. Debbie.
You're very welcome.